All right, so that sums up our percentages. Now next we're going to talk about radicals, which is on page 416. I'd like you to read 416 to 417, and we'll do problems 1, 8, 13, and 19. All right, now that you've read through radicals, I made you a cheat sheet. This is good to write down and memorize and study while you're doing radicals. So underneath the radical, basically what it's asking you is what is multiplied by itself equals this number. So going through, you have square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3, square root of 16 is 4, and so on. So burn this into your brain because it's going to help you when you're working the problems. If you see these numbers under the radical, you automatically know you can pull these whole numbers out. It's good when you're reducing and putting your answers in simplest form. So let's go on and look at the problems that I asked you to do. Let's look at number 1, which deals with multiplying radicals. So you have the square root of 6 times the square root of 5. Multiplication and division of the radicals is easy. You just do what it's asking you to do, and you just have a radical. So you have the square root, 6 times 5, which is 30. This cannot be reduced, so this is your answer. Square root of 30 is selection B. Now, let's look at a division problem. That is number 8. Number 8 asks, square root of 100 divided by the square root of 25. I like this problem because if you just think of a dollar, how many quarters are in a dollar? So, pretty simple. 100 divided by 25 will equal the square root of 4. Now, this should go off in your brain as, oh my gosh, this is on my cheat sheet, square root of 4, which equals 2. So you're not going to find this answer because the answer is 2. That's why memorizing this will help you out to see that, hey, square root of 4, that's not my answer, it's 2. So the selection D is your answer. Now we're going to move on to addition and subtraction of radicals, which is a little bit different. Number 13, let's do this one together. We have 3 square root of 32 plus 2 square root of 2. So this is where it's going to become handy. Here, when you're adding and subtracting, your bases have to be the same. They cannot be different. So what we need to do is get this radical down to 2. That way we can add the whole numbers together. We're looking at 32. You can multiply 16 times 2, and it's the same thing. If you look at 16 and we look on our cheat sheet, it's 4. So you can pull that 4 out. When you pull the 4 out, you're going to get 4 times 3, which is 12. Okay? So anytime something pulls out and there is a whole number here, you just multiply them. So you've got 12, and what's left under the radical, square root of 2. So now we have our whole number and our radical with the same base. So we have 2 square root of 2, and now we can add. This is pretty simple because the base will stay the same. All you do is add your 2 whole numbers, 12 plus 2, which equals 14, and the bases stay the same. So your answer is 14 square root of 2, which is selection C. The main thing is to get your bases the same. Try to make it the lowest. It's going to be the lowest number under the radical, and that's what your base will be. So let's move on to subtraction and see what else we'll learn with subtraction. Same thing, you'll just subtract the whole numbers. So number 19 is a great example. So we have 10 square root of 2 minus 3 square root of 8. Now we see that our bases are not the same. The base that we need to get it to is the square root of 2. So, what times 2 equals 8? We know that 4 times 2 equals 8. We have square root of 4, and square root of 2. So this should be on your cheat sheet as square root of 4, which equals 2. You take the whole number out and multiply it by 3. So 3 times 2 is 6, and you're left with square root of 2. Now we can subtract because our bases are the same. And all we'll do is subtract our whole numbers. We have 10 from 6, which equals 4. Square roots of 2. Our bases stay the same. And that is our answer. This is in simplest form, so the selection is D. Alrighty, so next